back to Craftmas, a fun 12-day event where I'm sharing 12 different crafts that are perfect for the holidays. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jordan and I like to share Cricut crafts and small business tips on my channel. Today we're making some wood houses. This is what we're making today. Out of everything that I've shared so far, these are probably the most complicated because you actually have to have these cut down. These are just regular 2x4s, but my mom cut these for me, so I kind of had it easy, but I'm sure if you go to Home Depot or something like that, they will cut it for you. I'm not sure if they'll be able to cut like the angles, but they could at least cut it down to the size that you want, and then you could just have it like squared off at the top. So this is what we're making today. It's perfect for mantles and things like that. It's fairly simple, but what I like about this is you can make something like this for any season, any holiday you want. It's fairly universal in what you could do with it, but I just really liked this idea. So to get started, you're gonna need some 2x4s cut down to the size that you want and some acrylic paint. Then I'm going in with a sponge brush. For the tops, they are very textured, so I'm dabbing to get it into all the little grooves. Okay, now I'm just removing the excess vinyl, and sometimes when you pull the vinyl, like a piece just gets stuck on a corner. So I use the weeding tool to just like pick that up and get it out of there, and that seems to work pretty good. When you're removing vinyl, you want to go slow so that you don't pick up any pieces that you're not supposed to. And for this, I put all of my stuff onto one piece of paper. So I end up cutting it down when I get to the text part because it was just too hard to hold that big piece of vinyl and make sure I'm not losing any letters. Every vinyl is going to be different with how easy it is to remove. And what I found is that some vinyls are kind of slippery. They don't really stick to their backer, so it makes the transferring process super easy, but it makes the weeding process a little difficult. You can actually see that some of my letters like were moving around and I had to tap it down. When you have super small letters, it's a little bit easier to use a weeding pen instead of the weeding tool from Cricut. And whenever you're using this, you have to have like a mat down below so that it doesn't poke into your table. And now comes the transferring part. I always scrape on both the back and the front. And then if it's peeling off super easy, you can just pull that off. But if it's sticking a little bit and not coming off on the transfer tape, go at an angle and just go really slow. Then scrape it onto the wood and remove it, and there you go. You're done with the first wood house. And then you repeat the same exact process for each house. And yeah, make sure you're just scraping it really good, and then it comes off super easy. And I forgot to mention this, but wait for the paint to be 100% dry before you put any vinyl on it, or else it just will not stick down. Ask me how I know. If a piece of the vinyl doesn't want to stick on and it wants to come up with the transfer tape, then just go back over and push it down with your finger or with the scraper tool, and that should do it. And if not, then like hold the scraper tool up against the transfer tape at the same time as you're pulling, and that should really do it. This one you can see was a little bit harder, and I was just pulling really slowly and making sure none of those letters come up. And that is the final product. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Craftmas. If you have any questions or concerns, leave them in the comments below, and come back tomorrow for another craft. Bye!